folks, I told you I was going to do it, and I did it. Alex Rice, Total Performance Charters, Charlotte County, fishing all over Charlotte County. I guess you're covering like Boca Grande area, Placida.
Boca Grande, Inglewood,
Beautiful.
down the Mayaca River.
Fish everywhere right now?
That, all that.
How
Pretty
about
much
the
Placida.
How about the fish out there now?
It's good. Really good. Really good.
That's what everybody wants to know. They want to
Yes.
know how the fishing is. What are you catching?
Redfish, snook, and trout pretty much right now. Maybe juvenile topper if we get on them.
Big redfish. I mean, I go through his posts. I talked to Alex a couple of days ago, so I was going through his posts on Facebook, did the redfish search, and big redfish. Big fat redfish.
They're fat.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the snook right now, look at this, you got a friend. The snook right now are just gigantic too. I actually went out with a buddy fishing. Alex is going to take me fishing this weekend. You wait here, buddy. You go fishing next weekend. But he's going to take me fishing this weekend, and hopefully we'll get on some more snook and reds. And but I've been watching Facebook. Everybody's posted. Local captains, Alex's, big snook, fat too. A buddy of mine, Chris, went fishing up the Peace River and got a nice slot. And the layers of fat in that, I couldn't believe it. Actually had layers of fat in it.
What they're doing is they're moving into the muddier water because it's warmer.
Oh, sure,
With these cold fronts are coming through. These fish are going to get warmer water, and with the water flowing and everything, those fish are going to go there.
Beautiful.
Muddy bottom.
Yep.
Warmer water.
Yep. And they're getting the food.
They're getting the food there.
Man.
So, yeah, they're fat anywhere you go.
I wanted
Especially
to
because they get spawned on the beach. So.
Oh yeah, I wanted to show the folks this really quick because I mean, talking about them getting fat. Right now, coming down the river and stuff, these tilapia. I mean, Bill's got this lure here. He does this tilapia lure.
Yeah.
But these tilapia are just flowing over the dams. I was up there. I mean, you could actually see the water just flowing and flowing over the dams, and the snook are laying there waiting for the cosmos and the tilapia to flow over and attack them. I mean, just beautiful up there right now.
That'd be fun to do. Never done that before.
Oh yeah, well these guys play out in Charlotte Harbor. I mean, you guys are on the flats where those big gigantic reds are running right now. I mean, that's it's different fishing. I mean, that's super fun out there. You've got to have some serious tackle on those. That's
yeah, you do. You gotta have some good reels and some good rods that get some bend into them.
Oh, yeah.
Into the boat. It's a blast. Hopefully we can get on Saturday.
Oh, I know we will. I'm telling. I was up at Burnt Store Marina. I did a photo shoot on I think about the 7th floor, I believe it was, in the condominiums, right along the Water Prosperity Point. And I'd standing on the balcony looking out over the flats, and there's just these big schools of reds running around. I mean, they're busting up on the flats. There's a couple of islands, right outside Burnt Store Marina.
Exactly what school you're talking
Well,
about.
that area between there and Pirate Harbor,
Yes.
I mean, you could just see the whole length of those flats, and I'm thinking, man, if I had a sight boat out there, I'd be going crazy right now.
There's some good fish on Burnt Store Bar. There was. I haven't been there in a couple of weeks. But
Is that right?
There was
Yeah.
some good fish there. But fishing's good.
Oh, it is. Well, even that area, you look around Pine Island and going up around Placida, as you make that curve, around that part of Charlotte Harbor. I mean, right now with the fresh water flowing in, it's the blue water coming in,
Good.
It's
very
sweet. Well, what are you guys playing with them now? You're going out there, you're getting redfish. I know there's big ones out there. Are you playing with live bait or using pinfish, shrimp? What are you playing with?
What we're doing right now, we're doing a variety of baits. It could be artificials, so soft plastics, top water in the morning. It could be to pinfish with a cut tail in the potholes. We're taking white bait and we're chumming with them.
Oh, okay,
So when we
very
get a
good.
school of fish that come up to us, we take piles of white bait and we throw it out to them to get those fish to settle down and sit in front of you. Because you can chase a school of fish all day long,
Sure.
but you're gonna spook.
Sure.
So you got to get them comfortable with you. So that's what we're pretty much doing. Wintertime's coming. We already got a cold front that's coming in, what, Friday, I think?
Yep.
So it's
been
going to be
cool.
cold Saturday. It's going to be really cold
Beautiful.
Saturday. And what we're going to do is we're probably going to use ladyfish, cut ladyfish.
Okay.
We're going to use pinfish, and we're going to use white bait for chum. And if I want to get it, I'm going to call my guy up and get him some crabs. But
Oh, okay.
we might not try that just yet, but that's what we're going to do right now. So.
Well, the crabs, I mean, now you just said if I want to get to it, I'm going to get my buddy get me some crabs. So really, the prime meal that they like, but they're like $4 or $5 a piece if you want to buy a crab. I was out there, we were fishing along the flats. I saw a crab shoot by. I grew up out in Pirate Harbor.
Okay.
So, we used to walk those flats out there. We go out there and just scoop up some crabs for dinner, no big deal. I think back then they sold for $1 a piece or something.
Yeah.
And that thing went scuttling by about a week ago. I thought, my God, look at that $5 crab. just when I was growing up, I could have put myself through college on the crabs that we caught. But like you say, the redfish, that's the they say match the hatch, and that's what they're eating there. I
Well,
mean,
because
really.
sooner or later, what they're going to do is they're going to get lethargic. They're not going to want to chase bait.
Sure.
They're going to want to sit in a hole, and they're not going to want to move. And when you find that hole, there's one hole that I have that last year there's got to be at least over 50 redfish in that hole because
Is that right?
we were pulling and letting out for 2.5 hours straight.
Oh wow,
And we
beautiful.
kept going there and going there and going there. And I went there to check on it this weekend, actually.
Uh-huh.
The past weekend. They're there. They didn't want to chew
Sure.
because I ran over the hole, ran inside of it.
Gotta
And
get this
I
food.
saw them sitting in there. They tried to get out, but it was too shallow. And we went back to the hole.
Mhm.
They're there. They just didn't want to chew. They're all over slots. There's not one slot redfish in that bunch. And it's awesome, man.
They're great to film though. Those big ones are just great to film. I mean, even if you have to jump out of the boat and walk a little bit for fun, you know, to enjoy it. But now you notice what he was saying as he got up on a hole. Now, and that's a trick. I mean, you get into. My father's got a bow rider. He's got an 18-foot bow rider, and you want to get into some of these places where the big redfish are. You ain't gonna get there. I mean, dude, you know, bow riders drawing 1.5 feet of
Yeah.
water. I mean, these guys are so skinny in the water. I went with a guy a couple of months ago. He's shooting over the flats. I'm thinking, man, we've got to hit bottom. I mean, I could dip my finger on, but I mean, just shoot, and then eventually, you know, you come to your spot. You know, some big hole that goes down deep, and like you said, there's the fish.
Yeah.
So it's you know, you got to get with a guide. You really got to get local if you want to get on the big fish and learn how to do it.
You have to because there's so many things that can go wrong for you. You can take your boat out into the flats and, you know, you could be going in it's deeper water and then it's 4 or 5 inches deep. And then, you know, if you don't know where you're going, you know, you could be walking your boat or stuck for a very long time. Like, you know, when I'm going to a hole, especially in the wintertime, we're running in 4 inches of water and I'm stopping in 4 inches of water, motor up, and I'm sliding about maybe 2 feet away from my hole. Not more than 2 feet, you know.
Sure, just
probably like
stay out there.
probably like 30 yards away
Mhm,
from it,
mhm.
and I'm gonna anchor down to it, and then we're gonna cast in that hole.
Very
But
nice.
the thing is, my boat can float in that, so I can put the trolling motor down and move to different holes.
Very nice.
Bay boats can't do that.
No way.
Normal flats boats can't do that.
No.
You have to have a tunnel haul boat to do it. And coming to this tide, coming to the winter, that's what you're gonna need. If you don't have that, you want to go out with someone that can teach you what to do, because
Yeah.
you can ruin your lower unit if you do a lot of things.
It's a lot of money, and I'll tell you what, even worse, you know, ruin a lower unit, $150 an hour to pay a marine mechanic, maybe more.
It's pretty pricey. out there.
It's cheaper to pay a doctor right now than it is to pay, absolutely, than to pay a marine mechanic. And if you have to get towed, if they could even get to you, it's going to cost you about $2,000 also.
They ain't getting to
You ain't going to get to
They
you
ain't
out
getting
there.
to you. There's no way.
So yeah, there you have it. You know, if you really want to get to the big fish in Charlotte Harbor right now, especially in the winter, it's super shallow. I mean, it's always. I remember in Pirate Harbor growing up. I mean, when the winter came, sailboats couldn't leave Pirate Harbor anymore because the channels were just too shallow.
It's getting to that point again, and that's when I love the fish. I love it. There's something about it. Especially we got there's so many schools of fish out right now,
Mhm.
and they're hungry. And if you get on them, it's just ridiculous.
Well, so now you're saying you bottleneck them. So when that tide goes out and the canals get real shallow, the flats get shallow, you know, you go for those holes and find those. Well, they're a drum. I mean, so
Yeah.
they're on the bottom.
They're on the bottom. You know, the thing is that talked to a buddy yesterday,
Mhm.
and he told me about a school of fish that I asked if they were still there. They're there. He says they're not waking Alex. They're very lazy. They're
Mhm.
not pushing. But he goes, there's over 200 fish in one school, and he says they're just on the edge of something.
Yeah.
And he goes, it's weird because they're usually not there, but they're there. They're here. You just gotta find them.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go out tomorrow. I'm gonna go play with them.
You can see you can find
I'm
some.
gonna go play with them.
That's awesome. We were at the Mayaka cutoff last night. Bill called me up when he told me about the reels and rods. He gave me those rods too. I got to show you those. Those are the old stainless steel ones.
Really?
From like the 40s.
Oh my gosh.
And when you could actually buy them by the section, you tell them how long you want, and they actually weld the sections together.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but right into the guide. It's very cool.
That's
You got to
neat.
check that out. But you know, Bill called me up. He's like, "Hey man, you feel like going fishing?" I'm like, "Sure." You don't even have to ask. Just tell me when to be there. So we shot out in his boat. He's got one of those low tides that were made in Punta Gorda
Okay.
years ago.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
little flat
Those
boat.
are good boats.
I don't think it's a tunnel haul, but it gets pretty shallow. But we get up to the north end of the cutoff, and I mean, there were just absolutely schools of mullet everywhere, jumping everywhere. I got a little snook, but the redfish, and that's what we expected to find. It was cool, you know, and no bite on the redfish. A couple of little snook running around, and then missed a couple, but mullet all over the place up there.
You want to see the redfish like to be in the mullet. They like, you know, there's just something about it. When I see mullet of a place that I haven't fished before, and I see thousands of mullet just piled up on top of the water,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look at the area. I'm gonna go look if there's an oyster bar around. I'm gonna go look if there's potholes around. I'm gonna go
Look
at
for that coverage that
I'm
the
gonna go-
reds and the snook are after.
I'm gonna
huh?
go look for what looks good. You know, there could be a spot that looks really good, but there's not a fish there.
Yeah, that's always.
It just
I always. Isn't this the truth? Every time I go out fishing, you see a dead tree, and something hanging off it over there, and like, there's got to be a snook.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
You got to read the bottom. If you don't know how to read the bottom and read where you're at, water movement, all that stuff, it all comes into. It's neat.
And it's tricky. Like I said, I grew up on Pearl Harbor. You get out on those flats, and it's very easy to look across the flats and go, there's some deep water, let me go over that way. And it's just nothing but dark mud or grass.
It is.
And it gets even more shallow, and then it gets deeper.
So you gotta look for bait, you gotta look for your bottom, there's so many variable things that you gotta look for.
Yeah.
And
you got to get a guide. I mean, if you want to do it smart and you want to do it safe and you want to learn, I mean, especially if you're new to the area, you just moved into the area, for a guide to take you out, usually for a few $100s for half a day or a day, they get you out there, they'll put you on fish, show you how to catch it, and most importantly, what bait are we using? You go to the local bait stores right now, and it drives me nuts. It's fine. People want to buy shrimp. Honestly, unless I want to catch catfish and stingray all day, I won't even bother with them around here.
Well, the thing is, like you said about that shrimp, I'm gonna go against you on this one.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna go against you on this
They're
one.
eating the shrimp, right? He knows.
Shrimp are good baits, especially on a popping cork. You can put a live shrimp on there. You can catch trout all day. If you have kids on the boat,
Sure. There you go. Sure.
You got kids, or you got the older people that can't really fight the bigger fish.
Yeah.
You can take a shrimp with a cork and pop, throw it out there in a pothole, and they can catch trout all day long.
Have a great time fishing. Yeah.
Go fish docks for mangrove snapper. Good eating fish.
Sure.
People love them. Shrimp are a very thing, especially when you get the hand-picked shrimps.
Mm-hmm.
You can throw those down this time of year and catch 40-inch snook all day long. You can catch big reds on them. It all depends on what they're eating.
Very
and
nice.
as soon as later, when the shrimp flow comes, that's when they're eating. Like during tarpon season,
Mm-hmm.
you bet I'll have some hand-picked shrimp on my boat.
Is that right? Yeah,
It's
some nice ones, huh?
Because sooner or later, they're going to want shrimp. Sooner or later.
Well, the truth of the matter is, and I remember going out on Boca Grande when they had the trusses out there. I think Sundays the train didn't run back when they actually ran on those trusses there. We'd go out and we'd hang these old Coleman lanterns down and scoop up nice shrimp that would run through there when they run in that pass.
Oh, yeah.
And they're definitely, it's the bait out there. They're big suckers too.
I learned it from a guide in Boca Grande, Florida, a long time ago as a kid. It was actually one of my dad's friends. He fished the pass. He's a pass boy.
Okay.
Local guy, very knowledgeable. He was, I'm not going to name his name on the show, but one of the best out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been on his boat quite a few times when I was a kid. And I watched him and experienced things that he did. And, the way they do things, especially, he taught me the shrimp thing. I didn't think about it, but he taught me it, and it works.
Sure.
And, I don't know, I hate shrimp. Don't get me wrong, I hate shrimp with a passion because I just don't like them.
I tell you what. For me, this is the truth. Yeah, you're right. I'm biased. It's the truth. I'm biased. I've been fishing lure so long that when you throw a topwater lure, you expect to catch a snook, a red, a trout. It's going to be a game fish.
Yes.
When you throw a piece of bait out there, even cut bait, it may be great or pinfish for snook and reds, but the occasional stingray, the occasional catfish, shark is going to come along and go, hey, I'm a scavenger, there's some bait.
Yes.
So, you kind of mix the good with the bad. But, people like fish and they want to catch a fish.
If you don't have a boat and you don't have the money to go take a guide out,
Sure.
you can take your kids out to a pier or something,
Have
buy
a
some
good time.
shrimp, catch some snapper,
Mhm.
maybe get lucky and catch redfish off that bottom, get a snook or two.
Absolutely.
It's a variety of bait that everyone uses. So,
Yeah.
And it works.
Well, 300 million shrimp that get sold a day in Florida can't be wrong. Somebody's catching fish.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I was out at Captain Jack's place. What is that? Englewood Bait and Tackle
Okay.
by Englewood Beach. And I went to the pier. I'm talking to a couple of guys, and some guys were, I don't know, one guy did the best. He was using fiddler crabs.
Uh-huh.
And but I want to see he was using Captain Jack's shrimp. And so the guy would catch him using fiddler crabs. Caught a couple of nice sheephead. Guy with the shrimp on the other end of the pier casts out. Everybody's pissing and moaning because they ain't catching nothing. And casts out there. Beautiful flounder he got on the shrimp, live shrimp that he got from Captain Jack's right there. And I was like, well, there you go, big, beautiful flounder.
That's the funny thing you say that different suppliers get different bait from different places.
Sure.
We were getting, what was it? Was it crabs? Yeah, we were getting crabs from summer during tarpon season.
Mm-hmm.
They were coming from fresher water, not the salt water.
Sure.
So they were dying easily because of the crab in their bag.
Sure, yeah.
So, I had to switch that up because
Yeah.
I can't afford to have my crabs dying on me because they're coming from different, areas. And, there's just all varieties. Like, there's a bait shop in Northport.
Mhm.
Roger, great guy. And he's got some hand-picked shrimp. I'm talking beautiful shrimp right now. and fishing this time of winter,
Uh-huh.
perfect.
What's his name? Roger?
Roger.
Where at?
The bait store in Northport.
What is that? Fine Baits?
Fine Baits. Yeah, Fine Baits, Fine Baits.
Yep, he's
Yep.
on my friends list. As a matter of fact, I wanted to stop in there. I think he has actually sells bloodworms too. I think it's the only place in Southwest Florida that sells bloodworms.
He's got a lot of stuff there, from saltwater to freshwater.
Sure. Well, Northport's got some nice freshwater too.
It does, and he's got some shrimp that I haven't seen anywhere else yet, and that's me being completely honest. Not because he's a friend of mine, nothing of that.
Oh,
It's because
I'm gonna send Dad out there. Well, my father loves. My father's got really bad gout.
Okay.
He's older, you
Okay.
know, and like you said, they just, he's got after a few casts, his elbow hurts and everything.
Yep.
So having nice shrimp to lay out there and have a sip of beer and wait for the bobber to go down is perfect.
yeah, it is, and he's got some good shrimps, like almost to the point where it's like, do I want to eat them or do I want to use them for bait?
Well, either or, you keep them alive. If you don't catch nothing, you got a
There you
nice
go.
beer batter shrimp dinner.
Yeah, I know.
That works for me. Well, I'll tell you what, we got to wrap it up. I just wanted to introduce everybody to Alex. We're going to be doing some fishing with him. Hopefully, he'll do a few more shows with us.
Yes.
I think that we could talk him into it. And we're going to get out on the boat, do some video.
Yes, we are.
I'm going to have a couple of cameras. We're probably going to strap one to you too. He don't know it yet. We're going to make him look like
Great.
RoboCop.
Great.
We'll
looking
make it
forward to
work.
it.
And no, we'll get some great video. But really want to talk to the local charter captain. We've been doing the show for almost a year now. We've talked to pro staffers, anglers, guys out on the pier. And we just thought, we really got to get a charter boat guy in here, a guy that really knows the local waters and gives some good advice and take calls. What's your phone number?
239-825-1353.
There it is.
239-825-1353. If you don't want to give me a call, you can look at it on my website, totalperformancecharters.com. You can go there. My email address is on there. You can email me. If you want to go out, let me know. Fishing's on fire right now. You would enjoy it. Especially holidays are coming up. Be a good present. Just saying.
And make sure you book it, because when the holidays come up, a lot of snowbirds are down,
Yes.
and once they're down, you will never get out on a boat. So make sure you book a charter. Also, it's Alex Rice on Facebook. So if you're in Facebook, search for Alex Rice. He's got his charter business there too.
You also can go to Total Performance Charters, Alex Rice. That's our Facebook page. I don't deal with that. I have a guy that just deals with that personally. But I check it every day, see if anything comments on it. So anything on there, it'll get back to me the next day.
Yep, and what we're probably going to do, I'm going to talk to Alex. We'll have it set up probably within a couple of weeks, but we're going to add a channel for his business on fishyfins.com. So if you want to see any of the shows he does, anything like that, we're going to have it available for anybody that wants to see it. It'll be him fishing, the boat out running, some of his charters maybe, even some people that have had charters just talking about the trip. And should be really cool stuff. So definitely stay tuned. And also don't forget, I'm going to be talking to the department, FWC, and the Coast Guard about charter boat fishing and regulations and all kinds of crap everybody's always arguing about.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna get them on here. I did a little thing about what it takes to be a charter boat captain and everything, and like 20 people like, no, you're wrong, no, he's wrong, wait, no, we're all wrong. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get the boss here with the little thing on his chest here with the badge going, this is what you need to do. So so we'll find out right from the horse's mouth, so everybody knows exactly what's up. But we got a real charter guy here that's got all the stuff he needs to
Everything you
have.
need.
So he's ready to go. Give him a call, get out there, get fishing, get a book before the holidays, or you'll miss it. Alex, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
Have a good time.
Y'all have a great day.
Tie lines.
Awesome.